here. We are 75 million strong, and guess what? That means that a lot of us are going to be looking for adequate care as far as housing goes as we age. Barb Hemberger and Oasis Senior Advisors joins me now to talk about what boomers and their families want when it comes to senior housing options. And this is a great time to talk about it. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Glad to be here.
Okay, so we've both gone through this with our parents.
Yes.
Now you're in a position that you saw a need and changed what you were doing to become now a senior advisor or part of the Senior Advisors group.
Right. It's a franchise, and I'm a new franchise in the Northern Metro. So yeah, I back in the year 2000, my dad was ailing. He lived in Scottsdale, and we moved him back home. And my sister and I needed to find assisted living back then, and it was really difficult. I didn't know where to go. I had to juggle it between my job and off time, and it was sort of the blind leading the blind with me and my sister. And I remember back then saying, there's a service here. This is a business, but it didn't exist. Well, now, 18 years later, I was in public relations and communications all of my career. Have left it and wanted to do something where I could help people. And learned about Oasis Senior Advisors, thought, oh my God, this is what I wanted someone to help me with back 18 years ago.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm helping people. I'm a free service, helping families to find senior living options for their loved ones, be it assisted living, independent living, or memory care.
So you're one of three in the Twin Cities area.
Correct, yes. I'm in the Northern Metro, so I cover from about Maple Grove to White Bear Lake, Ham Lake, Andover, down to Columbia Heights and St. Anthony Park. And we have another franchise in the Western Metro covering Plymouth, Wayzata, Minnetonka, down, all that western area. And then in the southern, we have a new one as well, covering Bloomington, Richfield, Edina, Egan. So we're mostly covered, and we also then will cover the east side if need be. Yep, we're all new. We just started in March or April, and getting to know all of the communities in the area. I mean, here's the thing, in my area, there are about 80 communities. And when I say communities, I mean facilities. We don't call them facilities, it just sort of has a negative connotation. So we're talking assisted living communities, independent living communities. There are about 80. Think about that if you're looking for something in the Northern Metro or wherever. It's mind-boggling.
Right.
So I'm here to help cull that down and to give you a smaller number of options, and then help you as you tour them.
Yeah, you and I were in the same boat in the year 2000. You were working with your dad and trying to find him something here. I was working with my mom and my brothers and moving her from California here, and we were kind of going through the same things at the same time. What's out there? How do I find something that's closer to where I live? And then I was able to find my mom something. But I don't believe that I had 80 facilities to choose from at that point.
Oh, it's just amazing. I mean, think about it. That's about 80 in the northern, about 80 in the western, and probably the same in the southern. And as the metro area gets bigger, widens and gets larger, then you have more assisted living, memory care. It's just amazing, and it's no longer this, you and I grew up, the nursing homes of old.
Right.
They are not really the same anymore. They're called now skilled nursing facilities or care centers, and they're still there, but more and more you have these communities where you can have assisted living, independent living, or memory care all in the same area. And you can move from one to the other, either within the facility, or you can stay in your same apartment, and then the services just increase. But it's so much different. There are so many activities in each community. I mean, you would never get bored. I mean, if that's what you want to play bingo, go on trips, on and on. It's just amazing.
So I have a family. I'm coming to you. I'm looking for something, let's just say in the 70 to 80 range, the person who would be, in there. So do you advise them to look down the road, as in they're physically active now, but maybe in 5 or 10 years they might not be? I mean, how does it, when a family comes to you, are there certain stages that you walk them through?
You know, it all depends. I mean, everyone ages differently. So usually people will come when it's not a crisis per se, but it's getting close to where something needs to be done. My mom lost her driver's license. She now, and she needs more care. My mom is having early signs of dementia. They'll come to me for that. And then what I do is I ask them a lot of questions. Well, not that many questions. I can do it in less than a half an hour. Ask them questions that are really important for me to then put into our system called Oasis IQ. Then based on that, I can match them with communities in the area that they want to live in that has, it's the right price range for them, it's the right location in wherever they want to be. They usually want to be near their kids. And it has the right number of activities. So some people don't want to go and do all these activities. Some just want to, you know, eat their meals and go back to their room. So it all does that in the system. So then I match them up with a handful. Instead of 80, I give them a handful of options, and then if they say, I like this, I like that, I like that, I'll choose them, and then I'll set up the tours for them, and I'll go with.
Oh, okay.
I'll actually physically go with to make sure that they're getting their questions answered.
Okay, so you know, and then what's the benefit that you get out of all of this?
The benefit I get out?
Yes.
Well, for me, it's helping people. That's number one. I would say every one of the franchisees around the country, and we're in 27 states now, they got into this not so much to make money, but to help people. And that's what it is for me, is to be able to help the people that, you know, I didn't have any help back then. And so for me, it's to help folks, to educate them. And, you know, the way people always ask, how do you get paid? I get paid by the community that in which they're placed. So that's that. But really, it's everyone that has done this says they love their job because they get to help people every day. So
and then one more question about
Sure.
Medicare, Medicaid. How does that work in this?
So what I do is, because Medicaid is a state-funded thing, I can help people to find a community which will have Medicaid units. Not all of them do. So I can drive them in that direction and help educate them on that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to put up the slide right now
Okay.
that tells people how they can find you. Again, Barb Hemberger, Oasis Senior Advisors is the name of the group that's helping out here. So her phone is 612-406-1211, or B Hemberger, this is on your screen, at youroasisadvisor.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.